do this.
Hey everybody, Paul Photon Davidson here of Atomic Comms, and happy Nintendo Direct Day, everybody. That's right, we had a Nintendo Direct. It was the first mainstream one to happen in a pretty long time. So anyways, we're going to talk about that today. So this Direct was mostly directed at two games in particular, ARMS and Splatoon 2. But they did mention a few other games, smaller games for the 3DS and Nintendo Switch that will be coming out within the next year. So we're going to talk about those, go through them very quickly, and then we're going to talk about ARMS and Splatoon 2 at the very end. So the first thing I wanted to talk about for these Nintendo Directs is the new format that they're using. You can see it right here up on the screen, how they have this sort of tab outline kind of format where it headlines all of the games that they're going to be talking about, has a description of the game, has the title for some of them, and even has a few little random cards there with question marks that list very important games that they'll be talking about and we'll find out about whenever they get brought up. So I like that. It was really cool, and I really hope that they actually use this format for future Nintendo Direct. So the first game they brought up was Hey Pikmin, which is the 2D platformer Pikmin game that's going to be coming out for the 3DS. Not a whole lot was really revealed here. They just talked about what Pikmin you're going to be using. They showed off some more gameplay footage, and you can see that there's actually some Pikmin 3 stuff going on there. And yeah, it's basically a Pikmin game, but in a 2D perspective. You're going to be collecting a few really special items in order to power Elmer's new ship, fighting off enemies. And it's going to be familiar for some Pikmin players, just again in a 2D perspective, and that's going to be coming out July 28th. They also revealed this new Pikmin amiibo right here, which nobody has really stated what the Pikmin amiibo is going to do. It's obviously gonna have some functionality with Hey Pikmin, and even possibly with Pikmin 4, because remember that's still a thing that's being made. That's going to be coming out for the Nintendo Switch. Probably won't hear about that game until E3, so yeah, we're going to hear more about that soon. But yeah, new Pikmin amiibo. So the next game they talked about was Ever Oasis, a turn-based RPG that's coming out for the Nintendo 3DS later on in June. They've actually talked about this game a whole lot during E3 and also some other events that happened afterward. They didn't really show off a whole lot of new stuff here. They just showed off a little bit of the gameplay. They also showed off some story aspects. And they announced the release date, which is June 23rd. So from one turn-based RPG game on the 3DS to another turn-based RPG game on the 3DS, Monster Hunter Stories, which is a spin-off of course, the widely acclaimed Monster Hunter games. So yeah, turn-based RPG, you get to collect animals, you get to fight them, get to make them grow stronger. A standard RPG from the sounds of it. Not a whole lot of detail was brought up on this game, but all we know is that it's, of course, a Monster Hunter spinoff, and that's going to be coming out this fall. And yet here we are with another turn-based RPG. I swear I did not organize these things. But Yokai Watch 2, the sequel to the original Yokai Watch that came out last year, and it's got some new stuff in it with some new gameplay elements, and that'll be coming out this fall. No real release date on it yet, but yeah, it's going to be coming out very soon. Okay, there's a couple more RPGs that we still got to go through. Cold Set Revolt, a game from NIS America, which is going to be coming out August 29th, is a card-based RPG with some board game elements to it, so we're going to be expecting that to come out in August for your Nintendo 3DS. And here we have another RPG sort of game from NIS America, Tell Your Own Tale, which is RPG Maker Fez. So it's an actual RPG creator where you can just create the data, you can create the characters, palette swaps, dialogue options, map creation, a lot of awesome stuff. This game is actually really interesting looking. I might actually pick this game up. When is this going to be coming out? Well, it's going to be coming out June 27th, so in about 2 months. So get ready, because then you're going to be able to make RPGs on your 3DS. So here we have Miitopia, which is another RPG that is highly customizable. This reason is because you can use your own Miis as characters, and you can also add personality to them, give them powers, give them clothing. You can make it pretty much just about you, your friends, your employers, your favorite people of all time. Go about, fight monsters, and just go through the story in pretty surprising ways. It's a turn-based RPG with a lot of really interesting twists. There's no real confirmed release date for this game just yet, but it is expected to be coming out later on this year. And now we have Fire Emblem Echoes Shadow of Valentia, the new Fire Emblem game for 3DS. A return to formula for the Fire Emblem series. Not a whole lot was really talked about, but they did express that there was going to be some DLC for the game. Paid DLC, free DLC. There's even going to be a season pass for the game. So you're going to get a lot more story, a lot more character in these other packs. And the game is actually going to be coming out on the 20th. So you got 8 days before this game rolls out. So get it while you can. Also, happy anniversary to Kirby. 25 years in the making. It's a Pink Puffball's 25th birthday. So Nintendo is going to be making some new games for him. Or at least releasing some new ones. So here we got Team Kirby Clash Deluxe coming out for the 3DS. And it's got some new features. We get to customize some more Kirbys. It's an RPG. We're not done talking about those, I guess. But actually, there's going to be a demo on the 3DS that's actually out right now. So you can go onto the eShop right now and download it and try it out. I'm totally going to be doing so. The second game is Kirby's Blowout Blast, which is probably the closest thing to a full-on 3D Kirby title that we have so far. There was that Kirby game, Kirby 3D Rumble, but that one was only really a boss rush type of game where Kirby could run in a 3D plane and he had to take out a certain amount of enemies within a certain amount of time. This one has actual full-on platforming levels that Kirby can go on, and he inhales enemies and he still blows them out. So kind of the same concept, but not a whole lot else has been stated. And there's also going to be a brand new action game for the 3DS that's going to be coming this holiday. So that's a brand new Kirby game that we have no idea about. So here we have another game by HAL Laboratories, Bye Bye Box Boy, which is the final conclusion of the Box Boy trilogy on the Nintendo 3DS. New places, new puzzles to solve, new friends to meet, and there's even a new feature involving the amiibo. So, of course, this is a HAL game, so if you tap one of the Kirby amiibos to the 3DS, you'll actually get to play as Box Boy with one of the Kirby skins. Play as Kirby in the Box Boy world. So, there's all 3 games for Box Boy. You can actually get the entire series and a demo of the entire series together and get to try out each of the Box Boy games one after the other on your Nintendo 3DS. It's going to be a lot of fun if you've been curious about the series. Go ahead and check it out. It's available today. And speaking of amiibos, there was actually a lot of amiibo news that came out in this direct. We got some brand new Legend of Zelda amiibos. We also got some brand new Smash Brothers amiibos from the last 3 remaining DLC characters: Cloud, Corrin, and Bayonetta. So it's been a while since those 3 characters have come out on Super Smash Brothers, but now we finally got the amiibos for them. So they'll be coming out in July. Go on, head out, and get them while you still can. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is going to be getting a lot of stuff that was not in the original Mario Kart 8. For one, there's going to be a lot of new racers that are coming out. The new battle mode, which is going to have a lot of awesome arenas in there that were not before seen in the first one. And there's going to be some extra online features there too, like some randomized racing, some randomized battling. It's going to be awesome, guys. I'm definitely going to get this game day one, despite the fact I still own the Wii U version. In fact, I might actually sell the Wii U version now that I know this is coming out. But I'm excited nonetheless, guys, and that's going to be coming out April 28th. So it's going to be coming out in the next 2 weeks. So that's coming up pretty soon, so you better get ready to rev your engines, because it's coming out soon, really fast. Now for what is possibly one of the most famous 2D fighters of all time, Ultra Street Fighter 2, the final challengers, is coming out on Nintendo Switch in May. And it's got some pretty interesting stuff that's getting added to it. We got Evil Ryu, we got Violent Ken, 2 new characters that are going to be in there in the roster. We also got some new modes, like a first-person mode where you get to fire off Hadoukens. And then there's also the different art styles, like the original pixelated style, and then we have the newer HD versions of the art style. That, of course, like I said, guys, is going to be coming out May 26th. And in some sort of surprising news, Minecraft is going to be heading over to the Nintendo Switch by May 11th. So, yeah, it's actually getting on the Nintendo Switch very soon. A lot sooner than it took to get on the Wii U, because, you know, it took forever to get on the Wii U, even though that would have been most likely the definitive version of the game. But heck, it doesn't matter, because we're going to be getting a console version of Minecraft that you can take on the go. So now you get to explore the blocky world of Minecraft and do whatever you want, whenever you want, wherever you want. Like I said, that's coming out May 11th. Now let's talk about some virtual console stuff. So there hasn't been too much virtual console stuff on the eShop, but there's a lot of Neo Geo arcade games that have been popping up all over the eShop. It's been very surprising, really, and I like it a lot. I actually have one Neo Geo game on my Nintendo Switch as of right now. I've yet to really play it, but it's actually really interesting to get to play Neo Geo games on such a modern console. So yeah, those are on the eShop, a bunch of them already, so look it up and see which ones you might like. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm talking over Sonic the Hedgehog right now. So yeah, Sonic Forces, once again, coming over to the Nintendo Switch. And as you saw right there, that was actually classic Sonic gameplay from Sonic Forces, so it's brand new stuff. And then there's also a new character that's supposed to be showing up, as you can see right here. Looks to be a cat person. I'm going to probably do another video about this later on in the future. But yeah, Holiday 2017, and more Sonic to come also in the form of Sonic Mania, which, as you know, is getting delayed till the summer. Got some new levels, we got some old levels, remastered, redone, all in this glorious 16-bit glory. Redundancy is redundant, but it's going to be available this summer. For those of you looking for a multiplayer game to be playing during the summer, there's Project Mekuru, which is a game where you color the floor, try to see if you can color the most amount of the floor in the amount of time, and if you do it, then you win. Very simple little game, and looks pretty interesting. Looks like it'll have a lot of strategy in it, kind of similar to Bomberman, if you've been playing that. But yeah, this game is going to be coming out in summer. And if you're looking for a sort of Dynasty Warriors styled game, but you can't wait for the Fire Emblem version of it, then check out Fate Zetella. That game is going to be coming out July 25th. Looks pretty action-packed, looks pretty sweet. Check it out when it comes out. And we have another RPG from NIS America, Disgaea 5 Complete. A cute little tactical RPG. It looks nice, has a good art style, some interesting gameplay. That game is going to be coming out May 23rd on Nintendo Switch. And now we have the crossover between two really classic puzzle games, Tetris and Puyo Puyo, or Puyo Puyo Tetris as it's called here. It is a game where it combines both features from Tetris and Puyo Puyo. So in Tetris, you have to line up all the lines together in order to clear some parts of the map and also get some points out of it. Puyo Puyo, you match the little blobs, try to get the right colors together, and now you get to actually play both games at the same time in a matter of sense. So yeah, this game is actually kind of fun. I have the demo of it on my Nintendo Switch, and I've been playing it. It has been pretty fantastic, actually. So if you're curious about what the game is like, go ahead to the eShop, download it, and see what you think for yourself. And now we have a classic board game that is coming onto the Nintendo Switch, Monopoly for Nintendo Switch. Really nice graphics, I think, from this little preview that we have. Also, a nice little feature is when you take the tablet part of the Nintendo Switch and just put it on the floor or put it on a solid surface, it ends up looking a lot like the board game itself. So it's an interesting little board game if you're interested in, you know, getting one of those for the Nintendo Switch. You can play it anywhere if you want. It's a simple game of Monopoly. Go on and try it out if you want. Available on the fall. And now, if you really liked playing Rayman Legends on your Nintendo Wii U, it's going to be coming over to the Nintendo Switch, the definitive edition of Rayman Legends. Not a whole lot is going to be different, aside from the fact that there's going to be some extra levels, a few extra gimmicks, a few extra little features, and while there is no specified release date for this game, it is expected to come out sometime this year. And now we have two games coming out from THQ Nordic. The first one being an amazing looking shmup game, Cine Mora EX. Shmup being a shoot 'em up, has amazing graphics, takes place in a 2.5D perspective, and it's pretty action packed and really fast paced. Shmups are awesome genre and looks amazing, so probably check it out whenever this comes out during the summer. The other game coming from THQ Nordic is Battle Chasers Night War, a standard turn-based RPG, and not a lot to say about this one. It's a neat little game that's going to be coming out for the Nintendo Switch. Pretty cool looking RPG, if I do say so myself. This game is also going to be coming out during the summer. And now we have an actually pretty surprising announcement for the Nintendo Switch, Payday 2. It's a port of a game, first-person shooter, in which you go around and you heist banks and try to steal all the money. And it's a cooperative game, so you get to work alongside your friends. It's going to have an online mode. That's pretty cool. I've heard a lot of good things about this game from some friends of mine, and that's going to be available sometime in 2017. I'm probably going to go ahead and get it myself. And for the next game, it's going to be a really interesting compilation from Namco, Namco Museum. In this little compilation, you're going to be able to play a bunch of Namco's classic arcade games. So you got Pac-Man, you got Galaga, you got all these awesome beat-em-ups, shoot-em-ups, you got tank games. All of this is going to be on your Nintendo Switch to take wherever you go. It's like a portable Namco arcade machine in your hands. So looking forward to this game as well. This one is going to be coming out sometime this summer. Make sure to look forward to that. And if you guys have been interested in playing your Nintendo Switch on multiple TVs but don't feel like unplugging your dock, on May 19th you're going to be able to buy a brand new Nintendo Switch dock. So it's going to be sold separately, of course. It's going to come all with the nooks and crannies, the wires that you're going to need to plug it into the wall and such like that. So on the 19th, if you feel like getting a new Nintendo Switch dock, there it is. And now let's talk about one of the biggest games that's going to be coming out for the Nintendo Switch within the next few months, ARMS. So which is basically a game of Punch-Out if it was way crazier. So despite the fact that ARMS and Splatoon 2 took up a whole lot of the time on the Nintendo Direct, not a whole lot was said, at least about ARMS, where all they really talked about was how to strategize, how you fight during the matches, what type of moves you can use. You can use kicks, you can use elemental abilities to slow down, burn, add some more damage to your characters. Also talking about each of the individual characters that they talked about that you're actually seeing on the screen right now. And they actually introduced a brand new character known as Min Min, the noodle type girl. She's noodle styled, I suppose. The other thing they also announced was that there's going to be 2-on-2 battles, so you're going to have 4 players that are going to be able to play together in this pretty interesting game. I got to play it at the Nintendo event earlier in March, and it was a lot of fun. So check it out whenever that comes out. Not only that, though, but alongside ARMS, there's going to be yellow Joy-Cons. So now we got 4 different colors of Joy-Cons: red, blue, gray, and now we got yellow. There's also going to be some battery expansions that's going to be coming out for the Joy-Cons, which kind of confuses me since they should be focusing more on the console's battery than the actual controllers. But heck, it still looks kind of cool. If you wanted to get another color that's not red, blue, or gray, then get the yellow Joy-Cons. Maybe you'll like them. So now let's transition over into Splatoon. But first we're going to talk about the first Splatoon game on the Wii U, because there's actually a very special tournament that's going to be sponsored by Battlefly, in which the winners can actually win a trip to go to E3 2017. So if you want to try qualifying for it, go to battlefly.com/Splatoon on April 22nd to see if you can qualify. and the finals are going to be on April 29th. So if you're interested, want to try going to E3, this might be something you want to look into. And last but not least, let's get into Splatoon 2, probably the other big game that's going to be coming out for the Nintendo Switch. Similar to Splatoon 1, but it's got a lot of new features, got some extra little customizables that you're going to be able to do, some new amiibo functionality that was not in the first game, and a brand new campaign. And now we have a newly revealed mode, which is in the form of Salmon Run, which is a co-op / versus campaign mode where you and your friends have to go around and collect power eggs, which was the MacGuffin from the first game. The antagonists of this mode are actually these little salmon fish creatures which come out, try to ruin your progress, can incapacitate your teammates, which can be revived simply by spraying paint on them. And yeah, so basically the name of the game is shooting up your enemies, the salmon, and collecting these power eggs. And now let's talk about the amiibo functionality for Splatoon 2. First off, there's going to be 3 brand new Splatoon amiibo that's going to be coming out. Sort of variations of the original Splatoon amiibos that came out back when that game came out. They function a bit differently from how the amiibos in the first game functioned, although it's very vague on exactly how they function. Basically, they just made it sound like they're customizable. They save data to the amiibo, save the clothing, the hair, and all that stuff. The styles of the amiibo, basically. And then you could take that over to a friend's game and then copy it on over there. So, not a whole lot was really discussed involving the amiibo, aside from the fact that there's 3 new figurines, and that you can take them over to your friend's game. And, whew, those were a lot of games that were announced in this Nintendo Direct. Honestly, my overall opinion on this Nintendo Direct in general is that it was actually very good. It had some very good surprises, talked about a lot of games that's going to be coming out for the Nintendo Switch and the 3DS, some of which greatly interested me and I really do want to check out now. So this was a very well done Nintendo Direct presentation. Good first one for the Nintendo Switch, especially since the Nintendo Switch can really do with a few more games. And this is a good way to announce some of them and get some more interest out there. So guys, if you guys liked what you saw and you want to see more information on these games, go ahead down into the description and you can see the original Nintendo Direct video down there. Thanks to this Nintendo Direct, I can already tell that it is going to be a big year for Nintendo, and that the Nintendo Switch is off to a pretty good start, and that it's only going to get better from here, folks. This is going to be a very exciting time to be a gamer, and I am so glad that I have my Nintendo Switch. I love playing it, and I'm going to be loving it even more as more games for it start to come out. That said, though, guys, that's going to be doing it for this vlog and review. I hope you guys liked it. If you did like what you saw or liked what you listened to, make sure to give a like and give some feedback down in the comment section below. What did you think? Huh? Did you like the Nintendo Direct? What games are you excited for? And what games do you hope come out for the Nintendo Switch within the next year or so? It's going to be awesome, guys, like I said. Like, comment, and subscribe, guys. I really like hearing from you guys, and it really helps me out. But with that said, guys, that is going to do it for this video, and I'll be seeing you all next time. Have a good day.